today going to be talking about potentially the greatest team in Grand Cross. And no, it is not this team on screen here. Now, the team I'm talking about can do gold farming, you can do PvP with it, it does SA coin farming, it does anvil farming, top 100, I mean, there is pretty much nothing this team can't do, and it is this next team here. I mean, Ragnarok has been definitely on the come up as of recent, and I mean, for farming purposes, there really isn't anything that beat it. Now, once again, this was the previous best gold farming team in the game, which, I mean, yeah, sure, did require you to have a fairly high level ult, or high ult level melee. Required you to have the Wedding Brunhild, which not everyone necessarily summoned for, but this new one here, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a couple characters on this banner which could be a little bit hard to get, or a couple characters on this team, and this barn in the back can be substituted for a bunch of units. It's mainly these three here. Once again, the Wedding Brunhild is a little bit harder of a character to go ahead and summon for, but you can, if you want, go ahead and substitute her out for some other characters. Don't get me wrong, the team won't work as well as it can if you can get this exact setup, but once again, you can conquer pretty much anything for this. Even when it comes to stuff like the harder content, for example, Hero Arena, this team is going to be absolutely amazing. If you want to go ahead and chuck the other Freya in here with the Holy Relic, I mean, are there going to be any teams that can survive you turn 1 in Hero Arena? I don't think so, but when it comes to the artifact set here, you can use this or the Trio of Troublemaker artifact set. I think when it comes to the SA coin farming, it's probably the tankiest out of all the content that you're going to put this team into, and then getting an extra single target damage is probably going to help out the most there. I mean, there's a slightly, it's only a 1% multiplier that you're getting up on the other one, because with the Trio of Troublemaker set, you can go ahead and get it to level 5, which just does help that multiplier quite a bit. But then again, you can go ahead and chuck on the 2 UR pieces here, which will increase that attack stat a little bit higher than the other card set. But let's go ahead, let's go into a couple different forms of content, and then let's see how it goes and does. And I mean, going to be starting off with probably the most important kind of farming you can do in this game, and that is gold farming. Now, this is going to pretty much work the same as any of the XP or any of the evolution farming that you can get done for your books. You guys are going to see the damage that you can do turn 1 and in pretty much any of these turns is ridiculous. Did they even survive the first half of that attack? No, they did not. And even when you somehow get bad card RNG, because it is going to happen, if you're auto farming overnight, there's going to be a run or two where you're going to get some less favorable card RNG, which is where I think this team does a little bit better than the gold farming team. If you get bad card RNG on this one, well, what? You get Tier Ultimate, it's an AoE, you still one tap. You get Freya Ultimate, it's an AoE, you still one tap. The worst thing you could do is get a Brunhild Ultimate, which in that instance, majority of the time, you're going to be merging or at least half the time, you're going to be getting a gold AoE card, which will go ahead and one tap. As you see here, there's nothing really can survive that. But in the opportunity where you do go ahead and get a single target, that's fine, because your ultimate's also a single target. The other card will be a single target, because that's an unfortunate merger. And then the final character that's alive is going to get one tapped by any other cards. So there are some opportunities, or there's some times with the other team where, you know, maybe some things didn't work out, you didn't get your Meliodas ultimate, or for some reason you don't kill on the second turn with just the one enemy, and it goes ahead and burns the Meliodas ultimate on that character, which it happened a little bit. So this team absolutely crushes it when it comes to the gold farming. I mean, you guys are witnessing it right here. There really is nothing that can compete, and I mean, who doesn't like using the new cool characters? Tyr, Freya with the Holy Relic, even though it doesn't really do anything here. It's just a fun time, and I do of course have the UR gear and cosmetics on my Freya, so when it comes to some of the later forms of content, you may struggle to go ahead and kill. I mean, once again, very, very bad RNG will kind of do that to you, but yeah, do keep that in mind, that all of these characters are max cosmetics, at least where it matters when it comes to the weapons. So yeah, look at that. Hey, wait, are they going to survive this? Huh? Whoa, you think Fraudra's going to survive that? No, easy million damage. And I mean, I do have a couple hourglasses spare, so why not? Let's go ahead, let's open us a Super Awakening coin dungeon. If I remember how to do it, yeah, there we go. Wow, how good am I at YouTube? Let's go to the hardest fight here, and then let's see if we can go ahead and clear without the attack fruit on. Now, with the attack fruit, it is going to be a easy 100%. There's no way you're not going to go ahead and two-turn this one, but perfect. So we've gone ahead and changed our backline unit to the Liz now, so that we are a little bit more effective in this form of content. And let's just see if we can go ahead and two-turn this one. I mean, I think even if we only get 2 of the AoE cards, we should be more than fine to go ahead and wipe this one out. Yeah, that is some pretty impressive damage, if I do say so myself. Now, once again, if you are maybe 13 mil boxy, so you can go ahead and clear this even easier, or if you're struggling, you can go ahead and use the attack foods. So weak point, there ain't nothing that's going to go and survive that, all right? It is just too easy for this, guys. And then coming into the Copper Demon. Hey, let's see what we can go ahead and do. This one can be a little bit scary. The Copper Demon is a very tanky unit. And when we go ahead and move over to the Anvil side, the Pepsi Man as well that you have to verse, man, he has quite the HP pool, that's for sure. But first card only getting 1 crit, doing a little less damage than what would have been favorable. The charge single target though, completely bringing it back, and man, hey, look, it is far too easy for these guys. So that's with no attack food. It is really quite that strong. Now, other than that, the main other form of content that you're going to be farming is the Anvil dungeon. So with my terrible internet speed, let's go ahead and move over to the Anvil farming. And here we go to wrap things up at the Anvil farming. Now, I mean, by all means, this is probably going to be the last thing I need to show off in this video, because you guys don't need to see how these characters run in PvP. I mean, I know you guys are all good boys and girls and you go ahead and use your PvP stamina, but by all means, go ahead and buy some with your friendship coins, jump into a match, and there is a 70% chance or greater that you're going to be fighting a tier team. That's the Vlad guarantee, if you must. But hey, this is a PvE content video, and I mean, we've shown them absolutely demolished everything. They've demolished the gold farm, which is the most important kind of farming you can do in the game. That pretty much transfers over to the XP and the book farming in the game. We've shown them do the SA farm, which is definitely the better way to go ahead and use your hourglasses. I went ahead and did one for the Anvil farming because, I mean, why not, for content's sake, right? Anvil farming is still good. I just find there's so many other ways to actually go ahead and get anvils that if you're getting these hourglasses, please spend them on Super Awakening. It is going to take so much longer to go ahead and Super Awaken all your units. I promise you. Please, 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 please don't make that mistake. But hey, this team absolutely crushes everything. And the fact that you can just go ahead and make this team and have it go into any of these forms of grinding, and it just does it for you. You don't have to go ahead. You just have to swap between your SA farming team and then your gold team. And even the efficiency on them, even though they were dedicated teams, did not work as well. So Tyr, other than being a absolutely amazing unit in PvP, he absolutely makes a breeze out of all of this other stuff, which is really, really important. You know, PvP is the main thing we're going to grind up our units for, but we have to do all this stuff in the background to get them to that point. So that just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If so, please leave a like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.